In the landscape saturated with sequels, reboots, and franchises, it can seem like Hollywood has lost its innovative spark. But the next year will rewrite that narrative. 2024 boasts an electric lineup of highly original films from visionary directors at the cutting edge of blockbuster cinema. These are not your average comic book adaptations or CGI smash-em-ups, so expect the unexpected over the next 12 months. With visionary world-building, provocative themes, and boundary-pushing thrills, 2024's film slate suggests a cinematic renaissance escaping the status quo. So grab your popcorn and join us as we count down the most anticipated movies. Among 2023's most anticipated sci-fi epics is Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, launching on Netflix this December 22nd after a limited theatrical release starting December 15th. Boasting an ensemble cast led by Sofia Boutella, this space opera adventure promises Snyder's visionary world-building and visual splendor on a galactic level. Set in a universe controlled by the corrupt government of the Motherworld, the people of Velt find themselves under threat. Their only hope lies with Korra, a former member of the all-powerful Imperial Army seeking redemption. She sets out on a mission to unite warriors from across the galaxy to make a stand against Regent Balisarius and his forces before they can siege her home planet. Charlie Hunnam joins the Resistance as Kai, a freelance starship pilot who offers his services. Jimon Hansu, Jenna Malone, Janina Gavankar, and Sky Yang round out the band of unlikely rebel warriors. Originally conceived by Snyder over a decade ago, Rebel Moon began life as a Star Wars pitch to Lucasfilm, focused on the mature-rated aspects of the galaxy far, far away, never before seen. After Disney's acquisition, Snyder refitted his ideas into an original story, equally inspired by the works of Akira Kurosawa, as well as classic sci-fi anthology Heavy Metal magazine. Its Western themes echo Seven Samurai, while female protagonist Korra guides morally gray characters on a redemptive path not unlike the assassins in Suicide Squad. Snyder's trademark blend of stunning visuals and stylistic action will surely enthrall fans, across what he promises is just the first chapter with Rebel Moon, Part 2, already scheduled for 2024. From director David Ayer, this explosive thriller sees Statham unleash Apian-inspired fury against an insidious fraud ring. No stranger to hard-hitting action, The Beekeeper looks to feature Statham's most intense combat skills when it premieres January 12, 2024. The trailer wastes no time establishing Statham as former Black Ops agent Mr. Clay turned apiarist, who breaks cover seeking revenge for his neighbor's tragic suicide. Stripped of her life savings by an elusive phishing scam, the Widow represented Statham's only positive human connection. Her demise sparks a one-man warpath infiltrating skyscrapers to gun down all responsible, however how the criminal conspiracy may flow. Ayer's grainy action directing echoes End of Watch's brutality, suggesting The Beekeeper could share that film's visceral cop drama tone. Gunfights rage from shadowy basements to sterile offices, drenched in shredded documents and bullet casings, as Clay leaves no survivor. But his military jacket emblazoned with logo HK-167 unit suggests a covert rank with mysterious government ties. Supporting casts like Josh Hutcherson, Amy Raver-Lampman, and Oscar winner Felicia Rashad as the widowed neighbor hint at deeper themes of connection and redemption, anchoring scenes where Statham wields grenade launchers against corrupt corporations. In an era flooded with repetitive action, The Beekeeper stands out as wholly original, gritty action spectacle. Madame Web, the mysterious blind clairvoyant of Marvel Comics, emerges from the shadows in her own film adventure, premiering February 14, 2024. Dakota Johnson steps into the role of Cassandra Webb, a woman whose dormant psychic abilities awaken just as she becomes entangled with a new generation of gifted women stalked by sinister forces. As a paraplegic requiring constant life support, Cassie at first seems helpless when her powers unexpectedly manifest in erratic visions. But she soon realizes only she can save Julia Carpenter, Maddie Franklin, Anya Cortazan, three teenagers exhibiting their own flourishing skills, yet also marked for death by an unseen adversary. With Cassie psychically riding shotgun in their minds, the young women rapidly evolve into seasoned heroes under Madame Web's covert guidance. Action-packed scenes of the foursome stalking supernatural leads through hallucinatory dreamscapes while confronting literal demons promise Spider-Man-style thrills even without Spidey himself ever suiting up. Longtime Marvel fans will recall Webb as the clairvoyant, who first appeared in comics aiding Spider-Man investigate disappearances before continuing on as an occasional ally. As Cassie embraces her evolution from lonely paramedic to guardian of the next generation of heroes, Madam Web's big screen web is sure to captivate wider audiences when it hits theaters next year. 2023 brings the long-awaited continuation and conclusion to director Denis Villeneuve's sprawling adaptation of Frank Herbert's seminal 1965 sci-fi novel, Dune, when Dune Part 2 arrives March 1st, 2024. Timothée Chalamet reprises his acclaimed performance as Paul Atreides, who escapes death on the desert planet Arrakis and fulfills his destiny, leading the native freemen to revolt against vile galactic overlords. Zendaya also returns as Shani, Freeman warrior and Paul's lover, while Rebecca Ferguson resumes her turn as Lady Jessica, Paul's mother, whose own fearsome skills greatly aid their crusade. Josh Brolin is back as Swordmaster Gurney Halleck, part of House Atreides forced into hiding when their rivals, the brutal House Harkonnen, slaughter most of the faction in Part 1. New to the star-studded sequel are sinister power players, sure to disrupt machinations on Arrakis. These include a scheming emperor in the hands of Oscar winner Christopher Walken, alongside Florence Pugh as his cunning daughter, whose suspicions spur a new conflict over the invaluable spice melange resource. Austin Butler debuts as dashing War Master Fade Rotha Harkonnen, the sociopathic heir poised to revive his family's stranglehold over the desert locals. Exact plot details are scarce, but the trailer promises a spectacular escalation as Paul embraces both religious figurehead and warrior king status for the native freemen who are no longer afraid or defenseless against their oppressors. All of Arrakis becomes engulfed in turmoil, with sweeping battles amidst sandworm attacks. As Paul inches closer towards his terrible visions of a crucial yet hazy future only he can see, Denis Villeneuve looks to deliver the truly epic finale Dune deserves, when Part 2 crowns science fiction's most influential franchise. Over 30 years after the original Ghostbusters saved Earth from ancient god Gozer, paranormal investigators veteran and rookie unite against apocalyptic icy threats in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Directed by Gil Kenan and set for a March 29, 2024 debut, this anticipated sequel catches up with descendants of the iconic 1984 legends as they uncover mysteries threatening familiar Manhattan haunts. Leading the next generation Ghostbusters is single dad Gary Gruberson and PhD physicist Callie Spangler, alongside her science-savvy teenagers Phoebe and Trevor, whose own romance deepens. But the original team answering this next call returns too. An ancient Norse artifact reawakens Deathchill, an aggressive entity with dominion over extreme cold, who subjects New York to violent snowstorms, frozen landmarks, and a generally icy outlook for mankind. Only the combined proton pack firepower and brilliant problem solving of young and veteran Ghostbusters can save us from frozen apocalypse. But mysterious secrets still haunt familiar locals, suggesting the iconic Firehouse HQ holds ties to Deathchill's past wrath. Oscar winner Patton Oswalt joins the mayhem, alongside Kumail Nanjiani and Emily Allen Lind in undisclosed roles. Director Ivan Reitman's passing in early 2022 makes Frozen Empire the first Ghostbusters film without his guiding influence after helming the 1984 original. But the franchise spirit endures through his own son, writer and producer Jason Reitman, who continues the family legacy with another dimension-hopping comic adventure, honoring enduring fan nostalgia. Slated for April 12, 2024, and again helmed by director Adam Wingard, this sequel delves deeper into the primordial mysteries of Kong's homeworld and the legendary monsters who dominate it. Dan Stevens joins the human cast as Walter Simons, a shady agent with covert insight into the Hollow Earth domain glimpsed in Godzilla vs. Kong's final moments. Returning stars like Rebecca Hall as researcher Dr. Eileen Andrews suggest Monarch science teams have uncovered far greater threats than Godzilla or Kong lurking beneath ancient civilizations. Indeed, the trailer teases not just the two iconic titans, but whole worlds awaiting exploration. Plot specifics are heavily under wraps, but the sequel's title hints Godzilla and Kong must unite against dangers hidden somewhere in Skull Island's hollow earth that endanger humanity and titans alike. It seems this ancient ecosystem houses menaces rivaling even their strength. Wingard himself describes the film as a massive monster mash, suggesting threats and settings straight out of Kong's most nightmarish stone carvings. 2021's box office domination proved audiences crave more monster action. Now with an even bigger scale, grander world building, and friendship forged from past hatred, Godzilla and Kong must work together when the new empire rises from the depths to ignite another spectacular clash for monster movie supremacy. With Spider-Man only available for solo outings across the MCU, Sony expands their catalog of Marvel adaptations with Kraven the Hunter, premiering August 30th, 2024. Director J.C. Shandor helms this unique take on one of Spider-Man's most lethal and unhinged foes. Kraven has stalked Spider-Man in Marvel Comics since his 1964 debut, as iconic rogue obsessed with hunting the webhead to cement his status as the world's deadliest predator. With no multiverse access to Spider-Man, English actor Aaron Taylor Johnson instead brings obsessive Russian big game hunter Sergei Kravenov to life through a revisionist character origin exploring the traumas that create Marvel's May East anti-hero. The trailer establishes a Lionsgate Films level safari action thriller tone, hinting Kraven's obsession originates not with Spider-Man, but a savage lion attack leaving his face viciously scarred. Kraven clearly escalates into deadlier game, which his father, Russian crime lord Nikolai Kravenov, disapproves of given the family's aristocratic wealth and status in Mother Russia. This sparks the central father-son dynamic, where Kraven seeks glory to spite his criminal legacy. Supporting antagonists further enable Kraven's unstable psychology, like half-brother Dmitri, while girlfriend Calypso manipulates his wild side for personal gain. Core story beats seem inspired by Kraven's infamous Last Hunt 1987 comic storyline, seeing him obsessively study, then seemingly kill, Spider-Man, and usurp his costume identity to prove superiority. Of course, trailer money shots promise animalistic action spectacle, instead of Spidey including Kraven dodging a pouncing CGI lion and wrestling a grizzly bear. Can Taylor Johnson make Sony's ringed rogue just as menacing as Spider-Man? And those are just some of the most thrilling movies blasting into theaters over the next 2 years. From expansive sci-fi universes to explosive comic book action, 2023 and 2024 boast one of the most diverse and creative film lineups in years. Now we want to hear from you. Out of all these upcoming movies, which has you most hyped? Let us know what you can't wait to see in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and enable notifications to stay up to date on all the latest insights into the most spectacular cinema.